If it weren't for the brave soldiers of generations past, our country as we know it today would not exist. It is our duty, our privilege, to help veterans who come back from combat to heal from their physical and mental injuries. One of the ways we as average citizens can help do this is by donating to charities that provide services and programs that veterans often lack due to inadequate government involvement. Now, it's no secret that the U.S. government has grossly lacked in sufficiently funding the care and recovery of our troops. According to Northwest Public Radio, the national average for combined money spent on medical expenses, educational benefits, and compensation per veteran in a year is $6,088. Now, this can be as high as $7,689, but it can also be as low as $4,480. And I would like to stress that this is the money spent in an entire year. This amount is less than the national average spent on health care alone for people in the U.S., which according to PBS Newsletter is about $8,233. Not only are our veterans not given enough financial support by our government, but the programs that are set up to help them, such as veteran hospitals, can be ridiculously inconvenient and impractical for the veterans to use. One such story was shared by Northwest Public Radio about Vietnam veteran Ron Percy. Ron lives in Cape Cod, but his assigned veteran hospital is 75 miles away, which is about a 2-hour drive. When Ron was diagnosed with prostate cancer, he had to go to the hospital every day for treatments that only took about 15 minutes. Having to take a 4-hour round-trip drive for a 15-minute treatment is entirely impractical and can cause unneeded anxiety. The worst part is that there was a clinical nearby that he could have gone to, but the VA only used that clinical for medical checkups and wouldn't pay for any other medical procedures done there. Now, the question you may be silently asking me right now is, how does this affect me? This very well may not affect you if you don't know a veteran personally, but like many things in life, the pain of these problems could reach you via the ripple effect. According to Whiteout Press, 35 veterans commit suicide every single day. These deaths devastate families and could very well affect the lives of your friends, co-workers, or neighbors, and in turn affect you. Now, I could talk about how we need to change government policies and how veterans are provided for and the creation of more practical and convenient programs, but all these things, as greatly important as they are, take time that many veterans may not have. Thankfully, there are charitable organizations that help fill the gap the U.S. government leaves. One would be hard-pressed to find someone who openly declares that we shouldn't support our veterans with medical care and educational support. There are, however, those who argue against giving to charities like the ones that give our veterans the services they need. James Altucher, in his article 10 Reasons Why I Would Never Donate to a Major Charity, or How to Be a Superhero Part 2, gives some of the reasons why he thinks donating to charities is a waste of money. Some of the major points he asserts are: we already donate to charities with our taxes, which, unbeknownst to many, can go in part towards philanthropic causes. 2, that charities are businesses and part of the money we donate goes to the overhead and paying staff and not simply to the donated cause. And 3, the high unemployment rates. Altucher asserts that we should give to businesses instead because they can put money back into the economy and provide jobs that way. Now, as much as I can see the position Mr. Altucher is coming from, I feel strongly that he is looking at it in the wrong way. Okay, so our taxes do go to causes, but we don't get to choose them. And the thing is, that shouldn't keep us from donating to causes that we know are morally sound and support something that we believe in. As for his 2 other arguments, they in themselves seem to contradict. He says that we shouldn't donate to charities because they're businesses and our money is going to pay their overhead and staffing. But he also asserts that we should give to businesses in order to steady the economy. Well, by giving to charities, you can both fulfill the need to provide services for people who require them and give to a business that will supply jobs and help the economy grow. The question is now, who do we donate to? There are hundreds of charities that operate to specifically provide services that our veterans lack. These organizations can't run on their own, so they have to receive donations from Americans such as you. By donating these amounts of money to charity, they're able to set up more programs and accommodate more of our veterans. Two such charities are the Wounded Warrior Project and the Disabled American Veterans. Both of these charities provide a great number of services for our veterans and their families. The Disabled American Veterans provides transport for veterans to appointments, gets them representation in their benefits claims, connects them with job opportunities, and more. The Wounded Warrior Project has many great programs as well. They offer combat stress recovery programs, transition training to help make the change from civilian life smoother, and peer support, to name only a few. Remember that statistic I gave you earlier? The one that said every day 35 veterans of past and recent wars commit suicide? Without these charitable donations, that number could very potentially increase. And it most certainly will increase if the lack of well-funded programs that help these veterans heal and cope continues. You could get a call about a family member having taken their life, or the family member of a close friend. Their world, and quite possibly yours, would suddenly be turned upside down. And it could have been avoided if simply they had the care they deserved, and the care that these organizations offer. But it doesn't have to be that way. Imagine the programs that could be set up, reopened, better staffed, better funded, if people would donate even just $10 a month to these charities for veterans. How many lives could be saved each year? 10, 20, 30? How much time could be saved? How much stress could be avoided if instead of driving 75 miles to your VA hospital like Ron Percy, there could be hospitals and clinics set up closer to these veterans so they could still receive their medical care? Our veterans need and deserve the best care and support they can get, and we can help them obtain it by giving to charities. You can donate and make a difference in these veterans' lives. If people do not step up and donate, more and more veterans will suffer from lack of proper care and even despair enough to take their lives. But with your contributions, these sufferings can be avoided. I've provided some links to some very great organizations that I know you will donate to today. Thank you.